Ikomo Mai, welcome back to You Are Your Own Beloved. Let's assume the position, sit with a tall spine, take your hand mudra, your eye mudra, relax your shoulders down your back. Deep breath in through your nose, relaxing and expanding your belly like a big balloon. Audible exhale through your mouth for twice as long. Let those shoulders drop a little more. Again, deep breath in. Pause. Exhale. Emptying your mind. One more time. Just breathe naturally now, staying in that quiet mind, dropping into your heart space. We're just practicing on keeping the regular mind chatter at a bay right now, just quieting. It doesn't have to go away altogether, but just quiet the mind chatter and listen to your heart. Today's video was inspired by my dear friend Rick Mabanta, who texted me and said something that was very profound. And he said that how many Stephanies are out there that are in pain that can transform into soul fire. And I thought, first I was like, I'm not in pain. First I thought he was talking about the multidimensional different parts of me, and then I realized when I asked him, he said, no, the other people that are out there that are in pain that can find their way to their spiritual whole self like you did. You can really help so many people. And I was like, yeah, that's my whole purpose. And sometimes I think that I have to remind myself, because I'm going forward and in my divine purpose, and I'm really, really focused. I don't know if you know that about me or not, but like when I get something in my head, it's like I am determined to do it no matter what. So sometimes I have to remind myself that, yeah, it's my story to share, to help others. And so this morning I was meditating and so many things were coming through to me, and I was like, oh, okay, it's time to make some videos. And then Rick texted me and I was like, oh no, this is the one I'm going to make right now. And it just reminded me of a message I got 2 months ago from my guides that yeah, my story is why I came here, to share my story and to help others. And sometimes I don't necessarily want to share my story all the time because it's personal, right? It's about me. Yet when I let go of my ego and myself and think about how I could help other people, then I'm okay. But it's always when we get stuck in our little mind and our ego mind that we don't really, we get stuck. We just don't want to do it. But it reminds me, and I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but I do want to just piggyback on that ego thing, because I have to constantly remind myself. And I think the first time that I really felt that ego came up as fear was about, I'm going back a long time, probably about 15 years ago. And I was asked, at the time I was involved with this Japanese wellness company called Nikken. Some of you might have heard of them. And just, I really loved their vision. I loved their products. And their products helped me at the time, my physical body. And they asked me to, actually, it was Bob Proctor. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Bob Proctor, but he was a self-help guru. He wrote the book Born to Be Rich, and just an amazing, amazing man and teacher. And I used to listen to all of his, actually there were cassette tapes at the time. He actually mailed them to me, and he was coaching me one-on-one for a time in my life. Going off another tangent. And anyway, I talk about him in my first book, Fearless Freedom. And he wanted to interview me and explain how these products helped my body and my spine. And I remember I got really nervous. So this was like in the beginning of me just in my healing journey. And I was speaking to another person, Pat Barry, who was also kind of mentoring me. And I said, I'm really nervous because I'm going to be on this international call with all these people from all over the world, and Bob Proctor. Like, I was like, he's just going to like ask me questions. I was just so nervous. And Pat said something to me profound. He said, when you're nervous, it's because you're in your ego and it's all about you. And he said, when you come out of your ego and you think about how your story might, how your story might help somebody else listening on that call. You have no idea who's going to be on that call, and maybe there's something that you say might help them. Then it's not about you anymore. It's about others. And as soon as he said that, I got it. I was like, oh. And then all my fear went away, all my apprehension and all about me, how am I gonna come across, what I'm gonna say, like it all just went away. And I just shared my story, and I was okay. And from that moment on, whenever I get into that space of like, oh my gosh, like I'm nervous, I always remind myself, it's not about you. We always want to think it's about us, but really, if you're in service, if you're truly in service to others, it's not about you. So put your ego aside and just speak from your heart. And maybe something you say doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to come across as this, perfect, being. You're just sharing your story, and you could help somebody else. And that always, always comes back to me, and I always use that. So thank you to Pat Barry, if you ever listen to my videos or my YouTube channel, and to Bob Proctor, who has transitioned to the other side, although I'm sure that he's still working from the other side. He definitely was a great influence in my life. And to my dear friend Rick Mabanta, who was also a healing catalyst in my life, who was my chiropractor for many years in New York, and amazing, beautiful, enlightened, awakened soul. Thank you for sharing that message with me this morning, because what I want to tell you from that message, that I can help other people that are in pain become soulfire, doesn't mean your name is Stephanie, you're going to become soulfire. Each one of us has a spiritual name, and each one of us has the divine within us. And so the message is, you don't have to be in pain. You don't have to accept pain, whether it's physical pain, emotional pain, mental pain, spiritual pain. There's this like lie, or there's this story, there's this collective story that, oh, as we age, this is what happens to us. We decay, to get decrepit, and we just get in pain, and that's just part of the aging process. And there it is. And, I can't tell you how many times I would hear people saying, and I just never accepted that, and I don't. And it doesn't mean you're never going to experience pain, because yeah, we're still human and we're going through all of these different layers of healing. So pain comes up, but it doesn't mean you have to accept it. This is my life right now. And I never accepted that. And so I found a way to heal my physical pain, my mental pain, my emotional pain, and my spiritual pain, and evolve into Soulfire, which is my spiritual higher name, and become this light being in this channel, in this way of a wisdom shower, a way shower is what I've been told I am. So pioneering ways to help others and empowering others, because it's not really about me. But yeah, I was able to do that, and now I'm going back and helping you and other people, showing you what the way. And doesn't mean you're necessarily going to do everything that I did or follow my exact way, but I've turned my wounds into wisdom, and that has helped to energetically pave new ways for people to follow, whether you're going to follow in my footsteps exactly or just be inspired by me and then follow in your own footsteps. That doesn't matter as much as my message to tell you that you don't have to accept pain in your life as just the way it is, that there is a way to transmute and transform that pain into wisdom, into healing, into light, into beauty. Just gonna sit with this because I'm getting this is really emotional. Don't know why I'm so emotional on this video today, but maybe we can just breathe together now and just maybe take in my message, and not so much my words, but my energy, my strength that I'm sending to you from my heart, because I'm feeling a lot of energy just pouring through me. So I just want to transmit that to you, because words don't teach, experience teaches. Sometimes we get stuck in our own stories, and sometimes we need somebody to awaken us, to spark something in us. And maybe if I can send my energy, all of what I'm feeling right now, from my heart to yours, to say, hey, you don't have to accept and stay in pain. There is a way out. And if I can do it, you can. And that's 100%. I am guaranteed 100% sure to give you this message that yes, there is a way out. Why? Because we are one. We are one. And if I could do it, you can do it. And when I do it, I raise the bar. I raise that vibration of the planets, of all humanity. And I'm bringing it up, and I'm telling you that yes, you can do it. Have I shared? I've shared many things. I've shared my books that you can buy on Amazon. You can also listen for free on YouTube if you don't have the financial means, or an Amazon account. You can listen for free on this channel. I have 2 ebooks that I priced at a very low price, I think $3.99. But I'm also offering my teachings on Udemy, Udemy, and I created my first online course, which goes into depth of my energetic moving meditation, the Soulfire Awakening, which is so powerful. And I'm going to be creating more of those courses. So my goal is, and I will make my goals, always do, by the end of 2023 to have 4 more courses. So to have a total of 5 courses available for humanity to take. So there's many things, resources that I'm offering you, but I like to just end with this little advice that having the tools, the spiritual tools, is different from a regular tool like a hammer and a nail and a wrench and a plier. Like, those tools you only pick up and use when you need them, right? But spiritual tools are different. Spiritual tools must be utilized. They must be practiced. You must use them on a daily. Otherwise, it doesn't build enough momentum for it to help you to shift and change your life. So I wanted to really make that clear, because I know a lot of people that read a lot of self-help books and have a lot of knowledge, intellectual knowledge about spiritual things and about quantum physics and about the nature of reality and all of this like amazing information, quantum science and all of this. But if you're not going to utilize them and apply them into your life, it doesn't do you any good. So having an arsenal of knowledge about all this stuff does nothing. You actually have to apply it. And by applying it, that means, unfortunately or fortunately, however you want to look at it, it takes practice and time, and you have to devote time in your life to sharpening your spiritual tools, to utilizing your spiritual tools. And we must make time in our life. And if we don't, we're just going to be caught up in the collective of the suffering and the fear and the pain body that we all live in. The collective lives from their wounds, from their ego mind, and their pain bodies. And if you want to break free from that energy and take back your power and heal yourself, truly heal yourself, and live from your spiritual light body and not your pain body, well, then that requires practice, that requires time, that requires you to put in the energy and the effort. Just like anything else, if you wanted to be a good artist or musician or be good at your job or whatever you do, whatever your craft is, you have to put time and devotion into practicing. And it has to come from your heart, right? It has to be sincere. It's just like this. So if you want to change your life, you can. But it does require practice. It requires devotion and consistency and persistence. I mean, it's a lot of these things that maybe we haven't cultivated in our life yet. And these are some of the qualities now that we need to practice and cultivate in our life to break free of the bonds and the chains that have been holding us as this enslaved cog in the wheel, so we can be free to be our true higher God self, our truly divine light. So that is my message, and I'm going to end it there. Let's just do 3 more breaths together. Breathe in through your nose. Strong exhale. One more breath. From my heart to yours, I give you my soul fire. Ignite your soul fire and be free, truly. Aloha. The soul fire in me, I give to you. Aho. To learn more about my offerings, visit my website at igniteyoursoulfire.com. Please subscribe to my channel and comment below, my soul family. Thank you for being here on our precious planet Gaia at this time. Your light matters. You matter. You make a difference in the world by just being you. Ahuiho, until our hearts meet again. You are loved.